Hi everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? Alright my friends, 16.5 trillion plus in debt, sovereign debt, not counting unfunded liabilities, and President Obama says we are the richest country in the world. He said this several times, and last night during the State of the Union he had said it again. Not only did he say that, but for those of us that were listening, you understand that he plans to spend a lot more. He went on and on and on about all kinds of things. And one of them was spending. Continued spending on everything you can possibly think about without any meaningful cuts. As a matter of fact, just real quick, he touched on raising the minimum wage. This is going to be a job killer. Think about it. You're an employer. You need to hire, some new workers, some unskilled people, and now you're forced to pay them at a higher rate. Well, you're going to let one of the other people go that were getting paid at the lower rate. It's very sad that this man really does not understand at all what is going on. He is a great talker, and I'm sure he's a great human being. I guess he's kind of the guy you'd want to have over for dinner. People, we have to understand something here. Barack Obama is not a stupid man. That's a fact. I know that, people may have their opinions about him, but he's not stupid. As a matter of fact, before he became president, he campaigned talking about the irresponsibility of runaway government spending and government debt. So something else is obviously going on here. I think what President Obama now realizes being president is that the system that has been set in place cannot function without the relentless and continuous acquisition of debt, something I've been over so many times. People, we have a debt-based economic model. It's based around debt, period. That means that we have to keep becoming more indebted to keep the system running. Money has to be, has to be borrowed into existence in perpetuity for this to function. If once we admit we cannot acquire any more debt, it's over. The system collapses. So last night was more like a campaign rally than anything else. He's trying to convince people or mislead people to believe that we're the richest country in the world, which is clearly not the case. We're the biggest debtor nation the world has ever known, the laughingstock of the world. And it's very sad to sit here as an American citizen and have to admit that, but it's the truth. He doesn't get what is going to drive our economy. And what would drive our economy, number one, would be a complete realignment of the monetary system. To do that would mean a tectonic shift in the way things are structured. All right, and it would take money away from the bankers. See, Barack Obama wants us all to believe he's on our side or on the middle class's side. Nothing could be further from the truth. All of his policies are helping the richest people, despite the fact that he's taxing the richest people at a higher rate. This whole run-up in the stock market really has not benefited the vast majority of people. It has benefited the richest people. Understand that. He's also allowing the richest people to borrow monies at zero interest and speculate with it in the market. That doesn't help the average guy and the average girl. He won't come out and tell you these things, but that is exactly what's going on here. He will not tell you specifically that our system is again built around the acquisition of debt into infinity. Period. If we stop borrowing, it's over. The system will collapse. It is going to collapse. That's a fact. But the problem is that the more monies that are borrowed into existence that can never be paid back, we know this. There's no way we can borrow and spend our way into prosperity. It cannot happen, okay? He's compounding the problem and making it much, much worse. It's really a simple transfer of wealth that is going on here. And Once we hit a critical mass, which we're getting very close to that right now, is when the actual transfer of wealth is going to happen. When the market, when interest rates begin to spike because investors are getting sick and tired of holding on to an asset, debt, that doesn't pay anything. I'm referring to treasuries, and anyone, as a matter of fact, holding an interest earning account is getting negative returns. Investors, people like myself, have long been out of the dollar.